Hello everyone, welcome back to KR Runs Marathon 234. It's Tuesday the 4th of August. It's a little bit grey and overcast here in Newcastle in the northeast of England, but I've got 15 kilometres to do. One of the things that's a bit daunting with sort of marathon training is the thought of having to go out and do 9 and 10 mile runs all the time. It can get a bit long and it can seem like a big sort of mountain to overcome, but one of the things I like to do is break it down. So what I do is maybe a 4 kilometre warm-up, and I break that down into 350 metre runs and 50 metre walks. I do 10 reps for 4k, then I do maybe 5k more moderate, let's say 4 minutes a kilometre, even 4:10 per kilometre, and then I do another sort of couple of k the 350 metre runs, 50 metre walks, and then I do maybe 1 or 2k at a faster pace, so getting to more like marathon pace, the 6 minute mile type pace, 3:40 per kilometre, and then I finish it all up with another sort of warm down jog, and then hopefully I come in at around the 15-16 kilometres that I had planned for the day. And what that does really is it just gives the body and the brain something to think about, breaks everything up, and actually what you find is the time goes so much quicker. So that's the plan for today. Right, so I've just finished a 4k warm up based on the 10 by 350 run, 50 metre walk. So now I'm just going to walk round the estate and get to the start for like a 5k moderate run. Moderate run's going to be around 406 to 408 per kilometre, which is about 4 minutes slower than my PB pace for 5k. And yeah, I'll speak to you when I've done that. So I just finished the 5k, as always a lot harder than planned. As I said, I was supposed to do 406 to 408 per kilometre, and being my usual self, decided to go through an average 350. So I just felt I was going to ditch it after 4k because I was just annoyed at myself for just not doing the plan. I mean, this is the story of my life really, in terms of having a plan and not sticking to it, ending in tears and injuries. A wise decision would have been to either slow down or stop the session, but I finished it off anyway. Live to fight another day. I'll just cool off, and I'm going to do another 4 kilometres, 350 metre run, jog, 50 metre walk. So just finished the second 4 kilometre part of the set. Felt much better. So the 350 metre runs were done in about 1 minute 30, the walks in about 20-25 seconds. Just flushing out some lactate that wasn't supposed to be there, because I was doing the 5 kilometre far too fast. But yeah, the legs felt better. I just feel aerobically pretty good. So now I'm just going to 2 kilometre jog back home, and that's 15 kilometres done. We'll just summarise it all through Training Peaks. Speak to you in a bit. So that's the 15k done. Just did a very slow 2k jog. It's like 5:20, maybe it's even 5:25 per kilometre. It's pretty mad. Me Garmin VO2 max has gone up from like 61 or 62, I can't remember. I think it was 61 before I started doing it. It's gone up to 64, which is pretty mad. Don't really trust that, and certainly didn't feel that good on the 5 kilometre. I think after the 5 kilometre it went up to 63, and then after the 4 kilometre it went up to like 64. So yeah, not sure what's going on there, but I'll summarise everything in the Training Peaks chat afterwards. Okay, so here we are in Training Peaks, and just to talk through more my thinking on breaking up a daily total into blocks. What we can see here is on Monday the 3rd I did a continuous run of 15 kilometres in around 66 minutes, training stress score of 77. As I said in the video, I think it's getting into marathon training is very daunting, this idea that every day continuous long runs, it can be monotonous on the brain, monotonous on the body. And my idea here, if we look at Tuesday the 4th, is to really break it up into blocks. These aren't my principles, these aren't my philosophies. I've kind of adapted these ideas from the writings of a guy called Ernst van Aaken, a doctor and coach from back in the day in Germany. I've actually got one of his books which I'd highly recommend. The Van Aaken Method was published in 1976, Finding the Endurance to Run Faster and Live Healthier. So these are his ideas, especially this idea of 350 metre runs, 50 metre walks done continuously in repetitions. I've kind of taken one of his sample workouts. The 4 kilometre warm up is really a good warm up in my opinion. It just really helps you get loosened up. And what you tend to find is the first couple of reps are quite slow as you're sort of getting rid of some sort of stiffness in the body. And towards the end of the 10 reps, you're really getting towards a decent pace without even trying, without even thinking about it. I'll tend to get to around 4 minutes per kilometre to 4 minutes 20 per kilometre without even thinking. And that then leads nicely into a more moderate effort in the 5k. Now obviously I've done this completely wrong. Van Aaken recommends around 4 minutes slower than your best 5k time, which for me would be 16.5 minutes. So 20.5 minutes for 5k is just over 4 minutes per kilometre. That's what I should have been running. I ended up running 350, which was silly really at this stage of my training. I don't need to be doing that. The wind was blowing quite strongly. I was getting a little bit frustrated with things around me rather than just focusing on just doing what was on the schedule. But anyway, and then post that, another 4 kilometres using the 350 run, 50 metre walk principle. And then Van Aaken would probably recommend doing some more acceleration type runs, whether it's 50 metre strides or maybe a K or 2k, 5, 10k pace. Depending on what you're really training for, he recommends race pace efforts. So for me, I could have done some extra running, 600 metres, 1000 metres at sort of marathon pace, and then just finishing it all up with a 2 kilometre jog. So end up with 15 kilometres on the day. Very similar sort of time and intensity to the Monday continuous run, but it just gives your body that bit of variety, and I think it really helps. So as we stand today, it's the 5th of August, and my chronic training load is 43. I've got a fatigue factor of 55, so my form's minus 15. I am feeling a little bit tired. I've decided to just have a couple of 5 to 6 kilometre jogs today. That 43 fitness level includes some biking from some weeks ago. When we look at the fitness report, I'm actually 38 chronic training load for running only, so I've still got a long way to go. So this idea that my VO2 max is 64, I do think I'm a long way away from the fitness level I had back in November. But hopefully that's been useful, and I'll give you more in the next video.